You are now tuned in to the Conversations with Ms Yvonne Show. It is such a pleasure to welcome you all to my show. Sit back, relax, because we're about to take you to another level. This show aims to entertain, enlighten, and educate the minds of our generation. Are you ready? Well, without further delay, allow me to introduce your host, me, Ms Yvonne! Welcome, everybody, to the Conversations with Ms Yvonne Show. My name is Ms Yvonne. I'm your host, and I am here to have a fantastic time with you guys. I want to just kind of start off by, probably telling you who Ms Yvonne is and why people would even be interested in having a conversation with me. But I'm just really a girl from the South. I'm from New Orleans. My parents were in the military, both my father and my mother. So I was actually born in Germany, but my home is New Orleans. I'm a Holly Grove girl, 17th girl down, okay? All my family that I know of is from New Orleans. My daddy was from California. He's from San Francisco, California, but I don't know his side. And don't y'all be trying to pop up now talking about, do y'all remember me? Because I don't. Don't try to come now. Or don't try to show up. You can email me though. So yeah, I love being from New Orleans. I love my city. I love my culture. I love what I do. I've been in radio now for about 3 years, off and on. I was in it and it was working out, and then it stopped working out. So I had to figure it out. So I just had to come up with my own way to get back into doing what I love, but on my own terms. So that's why I started the podcast. And the reason I call it Conversations with Ms Yvonne is because it's interview style, but it's mainly just conversations. I just want to talk to people. A lot of people, that's all we want to do is just talk and be heard and for somebody else to listen. Half the time, I don't get to talk because no one's listening, So that's pretty much why I'm good at doing radio, because the only person that usually listens is me. So yeah, it's just, this show is just made for people who want to come, get something off your chest. I just want to hear your side of the story. What's on your heart? What do you have to share with the universe? What are some questions that might be on your mind? What are some good things that are going on in the world that you want to tell us about or express? I want to be like a news outlet that also has positive information. Because to be honest, I don't really even keep up with the news just because I feel like somebody is always dying or getting killed or getting murdered, which is the same thing over and over and over and over and over. You're like, man, I'm not here for this at all. Sounds like creepiness, right? I ain't here for the creepiness. I'm here to promote happiness and health and love and joy and all things that are good, because that's what I believe in. I lived a hard enough life, and I decided that I don't want to live like that anymore. And I have been living happy, super happy, to the 12th power for years now. And it's all because I really got to know myself, who I was, what I wanted out of life, where I wanted to be in life, and just really took the time out to get to know myself. So excuse me while I give my little self a round of applause. Thank you. You're far too kind. No, but seriously, life is what you make it. And it can be a great day or it can be a terrible day. But it all starts in how you see it, how you interpret it, how you choose to react and respond to the things that are going on in your life. And I'm at the point where I choose happiness. And I don't care what I gotta let go to get rid of. to get to it, okay? I love me some happiness. I plan to stay happy. And if anybody got something to do with me not being happy, you better look out, baby. So I want you guys to enjoy my show. I want you guys to be a part of my show, to interact on the show. Don't be shy. You know, I'm from New Orleans. Ain't nobody strangers. Ain't nobody, ain't nobody somebody you don't know. Everybody is your neighbor. You speak to everybody. And we all cool. We all family. And I believe in that. I believe wholeheartedly in one love. I believe that, we're all one. And we can really move mountains if we work together and not against each other. So this is here to kind of bring us all together, basically. I don't care how old you are, how young you are, what color you are, where you're from. I don't care about any of that. If you're a good person, you're all right with me. And that's the type of people I want to attract onto this show. So share it with your mother, share it with your father, share it with your sisters, brothers, cousins, sisters, fathers, and all that. Whatever. Share it with everybody. Because we're going to keep a nice, good, wholesome, funny, down-to-earth show on and popping for you. Again, my name is Ms Yvonne. You can find out all the information about me that you need on www.MsYvonne.com. That's www.MsYvonne.com. Once you go there, you'll see everything from my Facebook page, YouTube, how you can listen directly into the podcast. And if you're feeling real good, and you want to send some good vibes and some good love, feel free to click on my support tab. Now, what'll happen when you go on that support tab is you'll see this big old picture that says donate. And above it, it'll say donate to the Help a Sister Out Foundation. No, I'm kidding. Well, it actually says donate to the Help a Sister Out Fund. And that's all about, if you want to help a sister out, because I do this out of kindness of my heart. I would love to make this my full-time career. But sister got bills, and the bill people ain't taking ideas and dreams. They only taking cash and debit cards. So, if you would like to help a sister out in me pursuing my passions, please feel free to donate. And I'm also a huge giver. Everything that you give to me, I share the wealth. I give to others too. So this gift is the gift that keeps on going. And not only that, for everybody who gives to me, I'm not sure who you believe in. That's totally up to you. But I personally believe in God, and I love to pray. I pray all the time. I have to pray. I got to pray to keep from crying. The Lord is my strength. Hello, Jesus. Thank you. Help us out. But I pray over everybody that sends me blessings, because I want the Lord to reward you too for taking money out of your pocket to help me live my dream. Like, how unselfish is that? Like, you're super cool. You deserve a prayer. You know what I'm saying? Like, you deserve extra blessings, like 100-fold of your money returning back to you. Like, that's what I call the flipping it. If you want to invest your money anywhere, invest it right here. This is good ground, boo. So if you sow into good ground, boo, you will reap a good harvest. And so I would really appreciate it. But that's all, folks. I don't want to bore you. Just know that I'm a random person. I prefer to be random, less pressure. I'm trying to live like that. I'm a very free-natured person, free-spirited person, very spiritual. But, I'm not religious at all. I am so not religious, it's not even funny. But I am a spiritual person. Like I said, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus Christ. I believe in God, the Godhead, all of that good stuff. But I'm not here to preach about religion or try to, be, oh, Father. I'm not trying to convert you. If you want to come on over and taste and see how good the Lord is because of what he's done for me, then by all means do so. And if your plan is working out for you, then you follow your plan. I got mine. But we can still talk to each other. We can still be friends. We can still be nice to each other. You can still listen to my show. I'll still listen to your opinions. And hey, I'll still take your donations. You heard me? All right, y'all. Y'all have a great day. Again, share this with everybody you know. I hope that you enjoy this show, and I hope you become more than just a listener. I want you to be a friend to me. I want you to be somebody that's active in making this show come alive. Otherwise, I'm just doing it for myself. And that makes no sense at all, because I can just sit here and talk to myself in the mirror like I've always done. But y'all take care. My name is Ms Yvonne, and this is The Conversations with Ms Yvonne Show. All right. Welcome, everybody, to The Conversations with Ms Yvonne Show. I'm so happy to have you guys tuned in. I have a special treat for you. I'm really excited about this interview, and mainly because I've loved this guy since the moment I heard him play, and I've been hooked since then, and I've almost felt like I've been following you around, showing up to your events, and you don't even know that I'm a stalker on the low. So, and I know people are like, who are you talking about? Well, this is just one of the most phenomenal, multi-genre, faceted, going in violinists that I've ever heard. So I want you guys to give a warm welcome for my favorite violinist, T-Ray.
How you doing?
I'm good. How you doing today?
I'm doing good.
You doing good?
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Thank you for agreeing to be here on my show. I appreciate it. I'm like, oh, I finally get to talk to him one-on-one and ask you all the questions I want to ask you and all that good stuff. How's your day going? We can start off, simple.
It's going good. I'm getting ready for a big show on the 11th. I don't know if you saw, but we're doing mixtape release / birthday party. My birthday is August 16th, but we're doing an event a little bit earlier called Iconoclastic. Iconoclastic. It's a spin on iconoclastic, which is a synonym for unorthodox. So DJ Rockaway is going to be spinning. I have a whole supernova key for the night, and then some special guests going to be hitting the bandstand with me and my band, Dreams to Reality. Chris Royal, Baron Amato, Elliot Love, and Stefan Henry. So it's gonna be a nice vibe that night. And we're promoting the mixtape with all of the funds that are collected from mixtape sales are going to a pot for my tour with my band in January. So we're trying to raise money for that so we can get on the road and expand this thing.
Yeah, that's awesome. So you got a whole violin mixtape.
Yeah.
Where they do that at?
Right. This is Unexpected Sounds Volume 2, and it's unexpected because you don't know what you're gonna hear. So yeah.
Well, tell me a little bit about it. I'm excited.
All right. I did the first version of Unexpected Sounds in 2012. Mm-hmm. I think it was 2012. Might have been 2013. But I ended up doing my debut at the Bayou Classic Fan Fest, and we burned like 500 copies, and we just like flooded the streets with it Bayou Classic weekend. And honestly, that's what I think is what really propelled me to, start getting a little buzz, a few years ago. Cause like I'm handing out this mixtape and like, man, like it's Jay-Z, Tom Ford, Kendrick Lamar, Swimming Pools, like all these familiar songs, but there's no vocals to it. It's just me singing through my violin or rapping through my violin, right, for certain songs. And it's the same thing with this version of it. The songs that you're going to hear on this one, some old school, some R&B stuff, some mainstream stuff that's really popping right now. So it's just another way to expand people's mind about what the violin can really do, and then also bring them into my world while still providing something that that is of what's the word I'm looking for? Not relevance, but something that they can relate to. Yeah, something that they can relate to by hearing a familiar tune. So, yeah.
That's awesome. I'm looking forward to it. I mean, I'm always looking forward to whatever you put out because I feel like you always pick my song. And I'm like, I didn't even know you could play that to the violin. Do you ever find yourself like in situations where, like you almost impress yourself at the songs that the violin can can get down to, because I never even thought of how, to me, you are unorthodox, because this is cool that you can just add it to anything.
Yeah, there are some songs that I find, I won't say that I amaze myself, but there are some songs that are definitely more difficult as far as like translating what I'm trying to say, you know, over this beat, this particular beat. Like, I'll go ahead and drop one song that's on the mixtape. You know, I did Panda. So, you know, trying to kind of emulate what Designer was doing with his lyrics, and then also doing my own freestyle thing. So, you know, I had a little bit of difficulty with that song, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's more of like, man, I'm gonna have to spend a little bit more time with it, as opposed to like, man, that was like amazing, because I'm never gonna fully think that what I'm doing is amazing, you know, because we always trying to grow. So yeah,
right. You know, you at home thinking it like, oh, whatever, and I'm on the outside like, oh my gosh, how in the world? How did you even get into playing the violin?
I started out in elementary school, just doing, you know, the typical twinkles, Old McDonald, and that kind of thing. I played for 3 years. I played in sixth grade, and then after that, I switched over to trumpet. And I grew up in Baton Rouge, so music wasn't as prevalent as it is here in New Orleans. So it was ingrained in me early, but it wasn't deeply ingrained as, you know, once I got older. So I got away from playing the violin, played trumpet for 2 years, and then figured out that really wasn't what I wanted to do. I wanted to play football. And then I got back into it in high school. My friend, I don't know if you're familiar with Michael Ward. He's a violinist as well. Yeah, he's very well known, old school cat, but he's still around. Me and his son went to high school together, and that's how I got back into orchestra. Like, he introduced me to the orchestra teacher, Mr. Frazier, who was a jazz bassist, and that's how I got introduced to jazz. So it all kind of like ties together, you know, come circle. But yeah, so I enrolled back into it sophomore year. Started playing jazz. I had to learn how to read music all over again, because I forgot everything. You know, you're away from something for 3 years, you forget.
Yeah.
So got back into it, and I was sitting in the last, like, I don't know if you know how the orchestra works, but the further back you sit in the section, that means they're not that good.
Oh, it's like chili.
So
I got it.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like on the football team, you got the starting lineup, then you got the subs, and then you got the people that's on the bench.
Yeah.
I was on the bench. So, it was bad.
Now you're here.
Yeah. So, worked my way up through the orchestra to first violin section, and then from there, I started experimenting with jazz and doing R&B and hip hop and stuff, because I never had an ear for classical music, and I didn't really grow an appreciation for it until I was, halfway through college.
Right.
Even though I had been playing it for years.
Right.
So yeah, that's how I got back into it. We took a field trip here to New Orleans to NOCA, my junior year, and that's when I was like, man, I need to apply to NOCA. So, and I didn't apply for classical, I applied for jazz.
Yeah.
So, which was like unorthodox. That's the theme of this whole thing, is like everything was not typical.
Yes.
So I got into NOCA, and that's what really opened my eyes to doing all the things I'm doing now. Graduated from there, got a full scholarship to UNO, did jazz studies for 2 years, and then switched to music ed, which was a good decision and a bad decision at the same time. Just really trying to figure out what it was I wanted to do. Do I want to be a teacher for 25, 30 years, have a retirement plan, or do I want to follow my dream? It took me 4 years to figure that out, after I was out of college. So yeah, that's kind of how we got to this point.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's interesting, because you really took music serious. It's like you not only did you play, but you went to school for it. Like it's
yeah.
This is serious. So
Right.
I would assume that the type of teacher you would have been would have been like a music teacher.
Yeah, I was an orchestra teacher in St. Tammany school system. So I was driving back and forth from here every day. And then I was coming back on this side, teaching after school twice a week in the lower 9. And then on Saturdays, I was at the Ellis Marcellus Center for a year. So I was doing all this teaching, and then on top of that, doing gigs. And it just got to the point I was like, I got to make a decision. I'm burnt out because, teaching 8 hours a day, teaching after school and then on the weekend. So it was a lot. It was a lot.
What was it that made you finally make the choice to say, I'm not going to do it the typical way. I am going to follow my dream? Because God knows, and anybody knows who follows their dream. I mean, that takes some guts, and it takes some sad days, good days, bad days. Like, describe that whole wilderness period.
Well, when I was teaching, I was gigging, and then at a certain point, it got to the point where I was having to take days off during the school year. And the way my job was set up, they don't know this, but the way my job was set up, like I was itinerant. So I had 7 different schools that I would teach at throughout the week. Mm-hmm. So I would only see students at 5 of my schools once a week. And then I had a base school, which I was at twice a week. So I was able to let my students know ahead of time that I wouldn't be there because it was a pull-out program. So I was taking them out of their homeroom class. But it got to a point, I had an opportunity to play with Tanking the Bangers for French Quarter Fest. And I missed out because of leap testing. So I didn't have to, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, no to the no, because Tanking the Bangers, they're
right.
awesome.
And we talking about 3 years ago. So, this was, even then I knew like it was important because I played with them before. And I know anytime they call me, like it's going to be dope. But I was stuck in the classroom and I wasn't administering to a full class. They had me like on standby for if I had to give special needs child a test. So I ended up just sitting in the classroom for 2 days. And in the meanwhile, Tanking the Bangers, performing, and I'm like, that's the moment I was like, man, okay, I need to make a decision.
Right. I don't like how this feels.
So, yeah, no.
Feel like I made the wrong decision. I feel like.
Yeah, and I wouldn't say I made the wrong decision because I've had the opportunity to touch a lot of kids' lives, and I really want to get back into eventually teaching and mentoring. Like I met a young girl at LB Landry a few weeks back. Me, Greg Tillery from We Dat Food Truck, Denicia, and a few other people who are movers and shakers in the community. We did a panel discussion to these kids, and they, got to ask us questions. And they had a girl sitting in the front row, and she said that she used to play the violin, but she stopped because she was getting teased all the time. And I told her, I share your sentiment because when I was in elementary school, I used to leave my violin, at home, or I would leave it at school because they would talk about me, pick on me on the bus. Nobody know that.
Yeah.
But, that's just comes with the territory of picking that particular instrument and being black and playing that. If not to make it a race thing, but that is something that is not typical of the African American race.
No,
that's something that you see our Caucasian counterparts playing, or Indian or African.
Definitely the whole time, from the orchestra to a violin. Like I never even met a violin player. I don't even think I ever seen a violin in my music classes. Not that it wasn't there, just it was just that one instrument that.
Right. Yeah.
You didn't.
And I sparked, like she talked to me after, and her mom sent an email to me, saying that she really wants to play the violin again because she saw you play. And I ended up playing halfway. Halfway, and they were going crazy because they had never seen a violin first playing bounce music, and then on top of that, it's a song that they know.
Yeah.
And so it's things like that are definitely necessary because you have to. I see it as my duty to stay connected with the community, and right now, even though I'm not a full-time teacher or have any mentees under me, that is something that I want to get back to doing once I get this whole thing established and opening the foundation, and not even let it just be for students who want to study violin, but just people who are students who want to chase their dreams. If you want to be a lawyer? Hey, I got somebody that can be a mentor for you. You want to be a doctor? I can put you in an apprenticeship program. So you see how a hospital operates. So it's different things like that that keep me going, keep me inspired to want to keep touch with the youth.
Yeah.
So.
Where did your name Dreams to Reality? Like, how did that come about? The title, and when you were like, yeah, I like this.
That came about while I was teaching. I always was like, man, I have these dreams, I have these visions of what I want to do, what I want to create, and the dreams part is the vision being in my head. The two is the transition, and now I see myself on the end of the two, now into the reality. Yeah. So I'm actually living it. I haven't reached my pinnacle yet. I haven't reached my peak. I'm still working through the process of getting established and getting more recognition and getting better shows and this, that, and the other. So it's going to continuously be a process. But I see Dreams to Reality being more of not only my band name or my brand, but something that can be used to inspire others to chase their dreams. And I have friends who call me all the time, like, man, you the reason I'm like doing what I'm doing. I'm like, really? Like, right. It's kind of surreal. Like, I'm still working through the process myself, and it's like, once I made the decision, I knew that I wasn't going to fail. I knew it was going to be times where it's up and down. You might not, sometimes I haven't gotten a call for a month, for something later on. But it's just all a part of the process. You have to trust the process. You have to trust it. So, yeah.
What you're saying kind of reminds me, I was watching one of your videos and I was like, ooh, this video is good. It's deep, like I wanted to know more about it, more of the background, more of, what you were thinking and the concept and the theory behind the video. Mm-hmm. Because you did a remake to, I want to say, Andra Day's song.
Oh, yeah, Andra Day Rise Up, yeah.
Yes,
yeah.
And that video is like powerful. It's almost like a testimony. But I wanted to kind of get your feel on it.
Well, that video is literally a reflection of my journey. From the sleeping in the car aspect, I'm blessed enough to have an apartment here and be able to pay my bills. But there's been times where I've had to go on the road and I sleep in my car.
Yeah.
I got a call, I got a call one year. Was that last year? It was 2014. Oh, it was last year. Man, a lot has happened in the year. So I'm trying to keep track of everything in my head, but it's all over sometimes.
I understand.
I got a last minute call to play behind Estelle and Justice Smollett for the BET UNCF taping. And it was in Atlanta. So, I didn't know if I was going to make any money, but I knew that it was like a good opportunity. I had the date open. So got my contact and they said, I'm going to let you know, and got the green light. So packed my bag, hopped in the car, drove overnight to Atlanta by myself, and driving that night is not what's up by yourself. Long distance.
No man Pam.
That again. I would never do that again unless necessary. By myself, I would say. But got to Atlanta, had enough time to take a nap, got a cheap hotel for the next night, and then we had invites to this VIP party at night because everybody was there. Like, I got to see Tony Braxton, Babyface.
Ooh, Babyface! Sorry, that's
all these different stars, and I'm like, man, I got to get back home, and so I checked out because I only had money for hotel for one night.
Yeah.
And slept in my car. So, yeah, it gets real.
Yes. Talk about stepping out on faith, huh?
Yeah, right. And I didn't make much from that gig. Like, people think, oh, my God, you're making so much money. No. It was for a fundraiser, and, I mean, it was just a blessing to have the opportunity. I was able to get myself there and get back, so it was good.
Saying that you went by yourself and it wasn't and it didn't pay that much. Now I know you have a manager. What type of advantages do you think it is having a manager versus not?
It gives you the time to actually concentrate on the music because even though it's me, Dorian, and my boy Matthew, who's my production assistant / videographer. He's the one that, shout out to Matthew, he did all the filming for the Andrew Day Rise Up cover.
Go ahead, Matthew. You better black and white them videos.
So, even though I have a manager, like, we all still are very, very detailed and on hand and hands-on with every aspect. Like, me and Dorian talk throughout the day, hey, did this happen? So, okay, we got a call about this. I'm finishing up this song. I'm about to send it to the band, this, that, and the other. So it doesn't free up time. Like, it doesn't free up time at all. So, a lot of artists have the misconception when they get a manager that means, okay, now I don't have to worry about X, Y, Z. Because I knew that I wasn't going to let myself have a manager until, one, I felt like it was the time, and then two, when I knew it was somebody that I could trust.
Amen.
Because that's the most important thing, knowing somebody that you can trust, and that is going to move things forward for you, or with you, I should say. Because it's not like, oh, I'm gonna book this gig and get a percentage. Like, we're building a brand. We're building dreams to reality. We're building something that's bigger than us, and that can be a template for other local artists to follow. And even collaborate with us on. So it definitely has helped, because I didn't know that he was as well connected in some areas as he is, which is a blessing. It's not like I am. It's not like I'm on every single thing that he's doing, because he has his separate projects as well. But it definitely does help. It definitely does help.
And y'all been moving. I mean, it seems like ever since you guys linked up together, I mean, every time I see you doing something, at least it looks like that, on the outside, like, oh, they doing something else, whether it's a private event or something big, and I think that's good. What would you like to be like in the next 10 years?
Oh man, 10 years? Ooh. Definitely well established. I definitely want to have my foundation running within the next 5 years. Continue touring the world and collaborating with various artists, being a mentor to other artists, as I have mentors now, and just continuing to make great music and make it timeless. I think that's one of the biggest things, making music that is definitely going to be timeless, because we have a lot of, I think Christian Scott said, music that has low nutritional value.
He ain't never lying. You ain't getting fed in no kind of way. You just sit there. It's like chips.
Yeah.
I like chips, but
I do too. So, making music that's timeless and that is gonna stand the test of time and be here when we gone. Because at the end of the day, we're only here for how many of years the Lord sees fit. So while I'm here, let me make my mark.
Amen
so,
to that.
Yeah.
Any artist I would love to work with that you haven't had a chance to just yet?
I would say locally, or that are here now, I would say definitely Taking the Bangers, some more. PJ, I'm glad that PJ has moved back and is doing the jam session. I know he's out on tour right now. Let's see, in the industry, Jesse Boykins is another one. Kendrick Lamar. Some of my homies played with Kendrick for the Grammys. Some of my homies out in LA.
Yeah.
Legacy, Robert Glasper. Yeah, it's a lot of different artists. Even like Disclosure, like all the way in the UK. I saw their show at Mardi Gras World, and like, I don't know if you know about Disclosure, huh? I know.
Nah.
Okay, you know that song, Sam Smith song, Latch?
Yeah.
Okay, that's Disclosure that produced that song.
Oh, okay.
Like, they do a lot of house EDM type stuff, but it's like real dope the way that they do it. So, yeah, it's a lot of different artists.
Gotcha. Well, that's awesome. I hope that one day I get to work with you. One day I might put me out a little mixtape,
Oh, yeah.
So I'll call you so you can drop me a beat.
I got you. Gotcha.
Well, before we get out of here, won't you tell everybody how they could get in touch with you, in touch with you, where they could buy your album, just really get the whole T-Ray experience.
All right. Social media, you can follow me on Instagram at T_Ray the Violinist. Facebook is T-Ray the Violinist. Twitter is T-Ray Violinist. And I just really got on Snapchat, so I think it's T-Ray Violinist 88. I think it might be the same as my Skype name. I don't even know. But I don't even know. My website is www.traytheviolinist.com. And for booking, you can contact me at traymanagement@gmail.com. There you go.
Oh, T-Ray, because I'm telling y'all want to book him. He's amazing. Get his album, listen to it, rock out to it. I mean, he got all the new dope stuff. And I'm sure you're going to have some of your own stuff, that's just your own little spin on things. I will be looking on Mixcloud so I can download that CD.
All right.
And it has been such a pleasure having you on my show. Thank you so, so much for your time.
Oh, thank you for having me. Thank you.
It's no problem. Keep up the good work. Don't give up. I'm a fan, so
thank you.
know that I'll be stalking.
That's what's up.
Well, this has been the Conversations with Ms Yvonne Show. My name is Yvonne. Thank you again for tuning in. You can check out my show by visiting my website, www.MsYvonne.com. That will lead you all the good places where you need to go, give you all the information you need. Also, at the end, you'll see some connections and links of how you can get in touch with T-Ray and also with me if you have any questions. And thank you guys so much for listening. This has been the show. Talk to you later. Thank you, T-Ray, again. And I hope you have a great day.
Thank you.
Now, because I'm such a thoughtful person, and I know how it is to listen to a show and say, oh, I'm going to catch it. I'm going to go find him. I'm going to go talk to him later. Later never comes. So, what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to add the cover that Mr. T-Ray the Violinist has done to Drake's One Dance. You can find this song on his album, or shall I say, his violin mixtape called Unexpected Sounds Volume 2. You'll be able to find that on Mixcloud. It'll be posted. Go support him, show him some love, vibe out to his music, and don't forget to tell somebody. So without further ado, sit back, relax, and listen to the jams of Mr. T-Ray the Violinist.